Hello everyone, I'm Brian, and today I'm going to be doing a trailer reaction to Arthur and Merlin, Knights of Camelot. I am a fan of Arthur movies, to say the least. Um, yeah, I don't know why, I just do. I like Arthur the character, whether it be the fantasy version of him. I own some movies like Merlin here, Merlin and Book of the Beast, even though it's not Arthur per se, but it's related to Arthur. Then we have Merlin, Full Screen Apprentice. Then we have King Arthur, the Clive Owen one. It was okay. It was okay. Being an Arthur fan, you can't really judge it too harshly, I suppose. And then the best, in my opinion, King Arthur movie, Excalibur, the mythical version of King Arthur. And as you can see, this is the freaking VHS, baby, the original one. Oh, that's really blown out. And this is copyrighted, I believe, in 1981. Yeah, so fancy that, man. Don't have a VHS player anymore, though, I will say. But yeah, I like King Arthur. I read some of the books. I haven't read the most famous book of King Arthur, which is Love More the Arthur. I do have the books, but I have not read them, which is disappointing. But anyways, I do like King Arthur, and let's go ahead and do a reaction to the trailer.
Arthur has abandoned us.
An army is nothing without his father's guidance, the king's guidance. There is no king without Excalibur.
Why?
Who's the fortunate lady?
Queen Guinevere.
But she is already wed to our king.
You will marry me, or I will kill you.
Bit harsh.
My body is no more yours than the throne.
Got scared there.
Here's my cause, Merlin. I fought a war, and the reason has been lost.
What better reason than home?
Today, we are to witness not just a union, but a coronation.
Your duty is to each other. And remember who we are. We are more than men. We are knights, chosen to protect Camelot.
King does not mourn his own betrayal. He does not fight so others can rest. He does not survive because he fears death. He endures.
Lancelot!
Okay. I've seen this a few times, but I've failed to record because I am still trying to get used to my new setup here now that Brandon has departed. Not from the earth, but from he moved. Alright, so let's go over the trailer. I'm trying to be a little bit more vocal and more expressive. I'm generally more of a facial expressive type person than very vocal, because when you watch a trailer, you don't want people screaming and yelling, but you're trying to pay attention and listen to what's going on as well. So we see here that this is in fact Arthur, and I don't know who this is. I have, based on the two movies that I've watched, Excalibur being the fantasy version, his enemy there is his son, which is Mordred, but this doesn't look like Mordred. And then in King Arthur the Clive Owen one, it's Vikings, and he's not a Viking, so he's internal. Let's see. And around this part, we start seeing that King Arthur is not a king because he doesn't have Excalibur, indicating that you need to have Excalibur to become king. Does this person have Excalibur then? If not, because apparently he's supposed to be a king as well. And also we learn that King Arthur's been out fighting and he's lost purpose. He's been fighting, he's been lost, and when he comes home he's lost purpose and he doesn't know essentially what he's fighting for anymore. Merlin tells him that, what about home, fight for home, which is kind of weird to see, like a King Arthur that's just been put down. Again, a different take on King Arthur. This one other King Arthur movie that I watched, it was kind of bad too, but I gotta watch it again. It's King Arthur movies have not been good. This movie, even though it's old and the fighting is really old and the fighting is not great per se, it still kind of stands up a little bit. But then again, this is a fantasy version of King Arthur versus the Clive Owen one, and the more recent one release is a little bit more of a supposedly realistic, based in reality. When a kingdom is without a king and a king is without Excalibur. So here they really do make a very big point in Guinevere here. Like King, I don't know. I don't see King Arthur really pointing her out as being very important, but apparently there is some. She is of importance because someone said that why would you? I think it's something along the lines that why would you want to marry her when she's already betrothed to our king? Him. And it says, if you don't marry me, I'll kill you. So I'm assuming she's like a princess, either a princess or a queen. I have a feeling it's generally going to be a princess. Generally, they're the ones that are married off to unite the kingdoms as a peace treaty. And a queen who loses. Okay, so so she's a queen, but generally a queen has a king. Unless the king has died, then she's the queen. So you're not my husband as much as this throne is not yours, I guess.
My body is no more yours than the throne.
Yeah. He must return. I'm wondering if this is like the Iliad. I believe the story Iliad. Odysseus' story, where Odysseus was out for so long in the battle for Troy that the queen was trying to postpone the marriage of her remarrying because everyone thought maybe, she's died. Sorry, the king's died. So she needs to remarry to make a king for the kingdom. I'm wondering if this is the same thing where, King Arthur, like you said, King Arthur's been fighting out for so long, and now I guess people are thinking it's like, well, he's not returning back, so the queen needs to remarry. And maybe that's the reason why. Maybe this is the same story. Maybe they're using the Iliad story to form King Arthur, where King Arthur now has to come back and prove that he's the king again because he's been out fighting for so long, and people are trying to marry her, the queen, to become the new king. That would make sense now. Although, all you have to say is I oppose the marriage instead of freaking killing the priest there, man. Jeez. And we know this is fantasy because we see here Merlin using magic. Although I kind of find it weird that King Arthur got knocked out whenever he teleported right there. So, yeah, just King Arthur falls over for some odd reason. I guess that magic power has a force behind it. And let's see. I'm wondering if they're combining the King Arthur tale with the Iliad. That'd be kind of fascinating. I'm not seeing anything else here that I need to point out. Alright, well, Arthur and Merlin, Knights of Camelot. Alright, so the trailer was okay. It wasn't anything spectacular there. I didn't really see very many fighting scenes. It didn't seem all that exciting, but I'm hoping that the movie would be much better. But then again, so far, most King Arthur movies that's been released after Excalibur has been pretty disappointing. I will have to do a trailer reaction to Excalibur because I have not seen a trailer for that one, even though I watched the movie. I actually had a digital version of Excalibur as well. And I think I remember watching the Clive Owen King Arthur and seeing the trailer on that one. It looked pretty good. Clive Owen was, I think, top dog back in the time before he made King Arthur. I can't remember what movie made him popular, though. But yeah, I don't know if we're going to see another good King Arthur movie. It's just going to be terrible. I don't know. I have hopes that there will be one. I don't think this is going to be it, but yeah. Alright, so if this was coming out in theaters over here, my rating for me to watch this is probably gonna be like a 2, because again, it doesn't look like the kind of movie I'd watch. I've already explained my reasoning why. So a 2 rating in terms of theater. I don't think I'd go watch this myself. I don't think I'd ask someone to go watch it with me. If someone asked me, depends on my mood on that day. If I'm really happy, I may watch it and have nothing else better to do. Home theater rating, I'd probably give it a 3, because again, it's an Arthur movie. I do like Arthur. I've tried to watch every Arthur movie that's been released, at least the ones that I know about, in hopes to find a good one. It's not going to be on the top of my list. It's going to be, if I happen to find it, it's free at the time, I'll snag it at that point, but I don't think I'd buy it. I don't think I would even rent it. Maybe 99 cents, maybe, but highly unlikely. It will be there to note to watch later on, but that's about it. What about you guys? What would you rate this? Would you give this a 5, a must watch, a 4, a will watch, a 3, a may watch, a 2, a may not watch, or a 1, won't watch? Let me know in the comments below and explain your reasoning why. Thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.